Hey everyone, this is Manly Badass Hero, and welcome back to Hello Charlotte EP2. Previously in Hello Charlotte, we went to school, and school sucked. So we've seen some tragic backstory. But we're gonna ignore that, because we don't care. It's very dramatic. How's the family doing? How you doing? Heyo, heyo. Felix deeply focused. He always takes things he does seriously.
Now, carefully cut through the membrane.
Ah, hello there. Shoo, shoo. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Come on in. Since I've tutored Felix and been on first aid, they've taken interest in unidentified life-form dissection practice. Isn't it wonderful? Bennett refused to use anything but the chainsaw to cut through the specimen, so I had to kindly refuse his offer to participate in the classes. It's got a nice little detail he takes off his mask now. So he's not just always... Oh yeah, we have to do piano lessons. It's probably my tasks. Nope, no it ain't. But I do remember it. Hi, Aiden. So you didn't forget about our piano lesson? How could I? Good. Well then, come join me. We shall play a prelude to events about to unfold. See, we play a prelude. Thank you for spending time with me, Aiden. It's my pleasure. Anyone else hanging out? Burn up bodies in the bathroom? No? Too bad. Be a good opportunity. Good opportunity right now. Well, he's watching TV. Mad Cat is resting on Bennett's lap. Meow. Shh, Bennett's sleeping. Join in? Sure. I sat on the sofa for a while, listening to static noise. ASMR, static noise. Not really. I'm exhausted. Let's have a little nap, shall we? I exhaustingly cover myself with blankets, falling asleep as my head hits the pillow. Prasha. Boy, my dreams are just... You're the god, aren't you? Well, you're not doing good at all. Yeah, you're gonna need a doctor for that. To die, to sleep, to sleep, to sleep, to sleep, to penchance, to dream, aye, the pangs of time, the rub for an pale cast of troubles and arrows of outrageous fortune. Mind freak. Hello there. Apologies for that little speech test. Your language is a bit tricky, but I'm a fast learner. You... Don't look so surprised. It's simply the form your mind gave us. Seems like despite your initial bravado, you're subconsciously afraid of me. So I took a more masculine form, although the concept of gender does not apply to me. Feel free to refer to us as Frey from now on, if you feel like it. After all, my appearance right now is one of a male Pythia. Oh. Am I dreaming? Technically, you are. However, the fact that we'll meet the next time you go to sleep, and the next time after that, remains. I slumber by day, and wake up by night. Wasn't it us just a moment ago? Are we separating off? No. Isn't it easier for you to talk to me this way? Yes, I suppose so. You look sunken. A girl from my class committed suicide. A pity. Were you friends? We weren't. Acquaintances? Not really. A complete stranger, then. Should it matter? Don't put it like that. We're classmates. You are sorrowful now that she's gone, but you couldn't care less during her lifetime. Have you ever had a conversation? No, she was so unapproachable. An ideal person. What a miserable person like me can talk about with someone this perfect? Thinking that, you gave up completely. That's the same as being indifferent. No, it's not like that. You're exaggerating things. Only so that you be honest with yourself. Would anyone be sad if somebody died? I'm afraid I cannot understand that. If that person wasn't important to you up until this moment, why do you feel down? No, even worse. You feel obligated to feel sad. Deep inside, you know, have no reason to be. Why not be true to yourself? Is human empathy such a foreign concept to you? I mean, you look like you're something from Akira. I imagine it would be. Empathy. Huh. You humans have a rather twisted understanding of it. If death of some specimen you weren't involved with bothers you, then why not bawl your eyes out whenever you see a piece of meat on your plate? That animal must have suffered a lot more than some misunderstood teenage girl just to make your supper delicious. No? Debatable. It's not the same, you'll say. I didn't... But in the end it is. You're all animals, yet your kind puts yourselves above all. Oh my, what a plot twist. Who would have known that the concept of empathy applies only to your fellow humans? Ah, it really never ceases to amaze me how you humans love to make a mountain out of a molehill. You never understand. How can you know the sadness of losing someone if you and Pythias were all connected? And united you stayed even when somebody died. For us, when somebody dies, the connection is lost forever. Do you really think it was always this way? That all Pythias willingly gave up their very egos for the sake of becoming one with everybody? Frey laughs. It echoes throughout the mind space. Stay in the fog if you wish to. Isn't it safer like that? Although I would love to converse more, it looks like it's time for you to open your eyes. Hello, Charlotte. Who could it be at this hour? Just lay off! Lay off, I'm coming. I was having a talk with a god in my mind, don't worry about it. What a spooky night. With spooky music. Nobody here. This place is really bad. Anybody? I always hate this feeling if you take a nap and you wake up and it's dark. It's kind of unnerving. The whole day is gone. Open the door, yeah. Wise choice. Good evening. Who are you? No, it can't be. Since when did you start to use doors, Umbrella Man? You change your form every time, just on whim? I figured it'd be nice to be polite once in a while. Especially since I'm using this vessel. Let's have some tea, shall we? Sure, come in. Just getting tired of the old man. Going for the Shota look. Now, what's with the suspicious look? I've only come for a friendly chat. You see, I've received no orders from my employer recently, so I took this chance to have a small vacation. So you're slacking off? Don't put it in such an unsightly way. Believe me, even a workaholic like me can't let this opportunity pass by. After all, such a chance comes once in an eternity. Umbrella Man chuckles at his own words. Wonderful, isn't it? I suppose it is. You always seem so busy. And believe me, I truly am. But enough about me. How's school? Well, I've helped a classmate today. He's God. Oh? You needn't have. Why so? I'll spare you the details, but there's something I know for a fact. That boy was destined to die in that alleyway. That's just cruel. C is a good person. He doesn't deserve it. It's not about deserving, my dear. It's just that his sole existence threatens this world. I put it that way. As long as he exists, this route is doomed for a bad ending, no matter what you or your beloved puppeteer do. I hope I made myself clear. Anyhow, I'm glad to see you in high spirits, despite your worsening condition. Is it that bad? It wouldn't be an exaggeration if I answered with yes. The circles under your eyes have gotten darker, skin color more pale than ever. Have you been eating properly? I don't feel like it recently. My. You have a doctor living under one roof with you. Why don't you pay him a visit? Or are you afraid to admit your condition has been worsening even more? You're right. I really should. Yet you haven't done so. I don't want to cause anyone any more trouble. We'll just end up causing it more in the long run. It's gonna hurt him more in the end. Ah, so that's the reason you're reluctant to take those measures. I see. Oh, I used to be young too once, you know. That sounds weird when you say it wearing a boy's face. Hush, this is merely a vessel after all. Pay it no mind. Anyhow, friendly chat aside, recently the number of abnormalities in this dimension has been increasing. Screen and door locks malfunctioning, world expanding, people missing, living hell. Do you know anything in regard to that matter? Have anything to tell me, perhaps? Well, the Oracle has... My, don't tell me that someone God has awoken. Might it be that your body began to collapse under the pressure of Oracle's corpse running inside of you? When you put it in such a lighthearted tone, I'm almost not worried of what will eventually happen to me. Death is merely a release, my dear. Still, leaving this world might be too early for me, sir. Umbrella Man shrugs. Well, it is your choice, as it was your choice to stop taking the pills. I don't need those anymore. Right, you don't. Just keep it in mind that the Oracle is no longer a divine being you met 3 years ago. For it's all but a rotting corpse of a god, no longer sentient nor self-aware, with your very mind giving it shape. A parasite of your mind. Too much insight. That's what my employer would say anyway. And look at the time. I am afraid I must leave, or your humble puppeteer will scold me for robbing you of sleep hours. Right, Mr. Seth? Stop it. She needs her sleep. Look at those dead eyes. See you, Umbrella Man. Stay well. Umbrella Man leaves. Wonder if there'll be a choice at the end. Oh look, I'm back. Hey, how you doing? Welcome back, Miss Wiltshire. Sorry, I don't feel like talking. Is that so? Well then, I won't burden you with conversations. Instead, how about a bedtime story? Ah, and don't stand so far away. Come, sit beside me. On that tendril over there, not that one, this one right here. You know, the one with the blood oozing out. Sorry, I'm not very comfortable around you. You know, apart from you being an abomination and all. Is that so? Well, there's no helping it. It's all a dream, remember, so feel yourself at home. All I can do is just see you as prey that must be hunted. Something that should not exist. I reluctantly sit beside Frey. Now, back to the story. Do you know of a tale of ink and paper princess? In our land during the pre-Oracle era, it was a part of a psychology test. It was made to be unfinished, and the one who read it had to write the ending themselves. It's surprising how much one can learn about another person just by having them write a few sentences. Want to listen to my own version? I don't have the other choice, do I? So much for free will, right? Well then. A pitiful ink-black princess that looked for minds alike, who ended up in a prison of Paper Kingdom. But the story didn't end there here. Time passed, and Paper Princess herself came to visit the prisoner. Two became acquaintances shortly after, and the Ink Princess was freed of imprisonment. Ink Princess taught Paper Princess writing, and no paper in the city was blank anymore. They obtained power known as knowledge. Paper Princess couldn't be happier. Yet having spent so much time with Ink Princess, she became stained in Ink Princess's pitch black color. Day by day, Paper Princess became more and more soaked in jet black ink. So the question is, are you the paper or am I the ink? Well, technically I did that in the wrong way, but you get my point. Until she was indistinguishable from the Ink Princess herself. That would be the end of the story. She fell asleep, By the way, hello there, Mr. Seth. Hi, how you doing? Nice to meet you. Is that how Miss Wiltshire calls you? What a joke. You must be thinking that you're in control. What are you even here for, I wonder? You aren't even supposed to exist in this world. Ah, I know. You must be looking for answers. We do exist. I'm providing a commentary track right now. I might exist outside of your world, but indirectly I've forced myself upon you and put it up on YouTube. But I'm afraid you won't be getting any. Because you see, Miss Wiltshire is an unreliable narrator. Damn it! It's getting worse. What time is it? Oh no. Andre hates when I'm late. Hurry, use the warp omnicube. You better rest. I can handle a little cough, Steph. Today we'll get up, go to school, and go back to sleep, remember? So let's hurry. Is that really a life? Guard system shutting down. Initializing self-destruct. Too much soap. What are those? The next moment I know, I devoured that lumps of meat. And I think to myself, it all started with a bottle of soap. Now put soap into the omnicubes. Shoom, 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 shoom. Well, no sound effects? That's sad. Henri! Henri doesn't even turn her head in my direction. Miss Warhol? I lightly tap her shoulder. Henri finally turns around. She's on the verge of tears. Charlotte Wiltshire. Yes? Why didn't you come to eat lunch with me yesterday? I waited and waited and waited. Till everyone left, till the bell rang. That is right, I did forget that, didn't I? But you never came. Henri begins tearing up again. I'm sorry. I guess I wasn't quite myself yesterday. I went home straight after that happened, you know. Henri locks me in a hug, hiding her face in my sweater. Her hold is so strong I can barely breathe. I thought you didn't want to spend time with me anymore. I thought that you hated me. Listen, someone jumped off the school. I'm pretty sure school's cancelled. Just text me. Or throw me a carrier pigeon. I thought... I pat Henri's head. There's no way that could happen, right? Friends don't abandon each other. Yet you did the opposite, you liar! Please forgive me. I won't do that anymore. Do you promise? I promise. You'll have to swallow 1,000 needles if you break it. Alright. There you go. Our god is a loser. Sounds like a 90s grunge title. The house is the world! Oh god. The house has 11 floors in total. Their locations. All? Got Screw you, teacher. This is a great class. The food in the house is... generated by omnicubes. Okay. Floors is... whose intelligence exceeds... Not again. Are you okay, miss? I'm alright. I just need to use the bathroom. You may go. I'm going. Where's the bathroom? These bathrooms? That's a lunchroom. Changing room. Do we have the bathroom? What the? You take a photo of you, I want framed on my bedside. No. 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 Definitely no. Comfort room. Provide better experience without any interruptions or bodies perceived in a fourth-dimensional format in the comfort room. Talk without worrying about appearances. Chill without being anxious about being looked at. There's fourth-dimensional perception for you. Everyone's a pyramid. This is the vaporwave room. Rooftop. Nice. See you later. Library. Now, this is the first time I've been here. How I became successful by procrastinating. Quantum physics and pictures. Math and magics. Unconventional ways to use internal organs. And that's the elevator. Is this a shared bathroom? Washing internal organs in the sink is strictly forbidden. I bump into the sink. It becomes black from the ink. Literally being coated in ink. It's that damn ink story. I know a C stain by the sink nearby. My head must have been spinning so much that I didn't notice him. Maybe C is... He's us, and he's replacing us. Only one of us can exist. C washes his hands and face again and again, frantically pressing the soap dispenser button over and over. I carefully place a hand on his shoulder. It stiffens at the touch. Stop it. You get blisters on your hands. I can't. I've washed off most of the soap. Soup? But I still feel dirtied. Soup? Oh, it is soup. My fellow students smashed my head into a warm soup. Oh, it must have felt horrible. Yes. In fact, everything I touch feels contaminated. I can't just shake off the feeling of disgust. I see. Suddenly conscious of myself, I remove my hand from C's shoulder. How about you? You don't look well. I've known better days, I have to admit. But I'll manage. Seth is there for me. Is that so? Oh, the lesson has ended. Left my bag here. See you later. I wave to C. He waves back with a little uncertainty, as if testing the new gesture. Your name is literally gonna be not Charlotte. Something silly like that. Where's my bag? I'm very sorry, but I can't find my belongings. The class laughs. Maybe someone accidentally took it. Stop laughing, you soulless demons. Excuse me, I'll go look for it. Teacher, can I go too? Why would you, Miss Warhol? Because I want to help, of course. 2 heads are better than 1. You have no head. Okay, you can go. Henry runs to me with a happy grin. I'll help, Charlie. Thank you, Henry. I appreciate it. Charlie. I wonder if you have like attacks too when we socialize. me start looking. Your hollow comments did not help. Maybe the first floor. Maybe the garden? Charlie? Are these yours? I don't know. All the pencils and pens are covered in mud. It's Mad Cat. Look, it's yours too, right? This textbook costs a lot. Costs exactly 7 imaginary dollaroos. There's never a textbook. I know who did this. Oh, I like this notebook. The pages are completely soaked. Maybe there was some kind of misunderstanding. There's no way it is. Did I do something wrong? Even the pages of my book of truth are torn out. Even though I worked so hard to keep it tidy. Those bastards. How could they do this to you? I think it's some kind of mistake. There's no way it is. Like I said, it's okay. Unforgivable. I'm gonna go yandere on them. Enough of this. I'll report to the teacher. That only leaves where I could protest any further. Looks like we found everything. I don't feel like going to class anymore. Let's go home, Seth. Alright. You don't have to go to class anymore. I'm home. Tadaima. Took you long enough. Hey, what happened? Is something wrong? You're covered in blood. Don't worry, it must be mine. I'm having to think about that statement for a little bit. I'll get back to that. That's exactly what I'm worried about, stupid. You need to see Huxley now. It's nothing important, really. Uncle's rule. No objections from the sick. Felix clumsily drags me to the basement stairs, tugging me by the sleeve. What were you doing, even? I've talked to God today. Oh no, this looks worse than I thought. Might as well need to check your brain function. Should I start with good or bad news? Just kidding. I was planning to tell the good one first anyway. Well, good news is that I know what it is. Bad is that it's nearly incurable. Thanks, Doc. You're 1 in a million. I see. So what exactly are these, Uncle? Heart wounds, as I like to call them. This kind of disease is quite common for those in their adolescent period, just like you are now. It's called angst and suffering. And trying to find your place in the world, and crushed dreams, and new experiences, and old experiences changing. It's rough. When you're stressed, anxious, or hurt by words and actions of others, these wounds inflicted upon you will manifest as scars on your body, mostly on your arms, to be more specific. It's not lethal, but it'll cause you some minor inconveniences. The good side of this disease is that although your body will become vulnerable, your mind will receive less damage, so you just die on the inside. Isn't that wonderful? I suppose so. There's nothing to laugh about. Now, don't be harsh. Good to see our little miss already has a weak immunity to our environment. Whatever. I'm getting back to work. Okay, Squall. Why don't you just admit that you care about her? Do forgive him. No, I'm not angry. It's just that I don't understand why he is. It's frustration at himself in the situation. He must be worried about you. Am I wrong? He shouldn't be. I don't deserve that. He must be thinking otherwise. Take care, little one, will you? Why not? Seth will make sure of it. I'm sure he will. Good night, Dr. Huxley. Sorry for troubling you at this hour. It's nothing. Remember my clinic's motto. Healthy people are not welcome here. So there, feel free to visit when you're sick. For now, I'll get back to work. My social stamina has increased. Wow. So many metaphors flying at me right now. There's a lot of metaphors going on. What the? Kitchen? Is the kitchen on fire? The hideous smells coming from the kitchen. Try door handle, it's locked. Is everybody in here? Dear girl, I don't think it's a good time to enter right now. Onion, is that you? What happened? Mr. Bennett decided to take up cooking. And right now his cooking is destroying everything in sight. Ah, I see. I won't hinder you. Mr. Bennett? Already gone. Good night, Seth. Good night, Charlotte. Rise and shine. Frey waltzes around the room. This looks familiar. As you can see, I've done some rearrangements in this place. Hasn't it become lovely? I'll do something about the fog, too. Also, I've brought you clothes. Put your hands up. And voila! Put your hands up. Put your hands up. Now we're one of a kind. Frey? Yes. What are all these books doing here? Let's call it a mind library. You see, memories are stories from the past that we retell to ourselves. Once they're gone, you're no longer the person you used to be. But I'm drifting away from the point. Stories are meant to be kept in books, right? Many books make a library. There, you can find every memory, every feeling, every action you've made or considered making. All possibilities are written down right here. Some stories are better off being forgotten, however. I've selected a variety of especially interesting memory journals for you. Feel free to read them if you feel like it. Even if your memory's still fresh, I believe your puppeteer will be delighted to know more about the people you've been associated with. I met Iden. I met Bennett and Huxley. A piano? Want to try it? Today I'll pass. I was 9. It was during Christmas when I hid under the sofa in order to catch a Santa Claus with a rope and a ball of chloroform so I could eat him. The one who came through the fireplace wasn't St. Nicholas, but a horned creature instead. Krampus? Are you Krampus? Come out, mischievous one. I can see you, he called. Unwillingly, I had to comply. I had the chloroform behind my back. You're not Santa Claus, I declared, a bit disappointed. I am widely known by the name of Krampus, the beast answered, proud of himself. So Santa won't come. I sighed, sulking even more. Santa Claus brings gifts to good children only. I come to punish those who have misbehaved. The beast continued. But I'm a good girl, I declared confidently. And may I ask, why do you think this way? Mom says so. Even though she barely sees you, how could she make that statement? Mom's always right. She also says not to talk to strangers, I added, pouting. In a swift movement, I brought a chloroform-soaked towel to the creature's face. Seconds later, he was sprawled on the floor, motionless. I guess Krampus didn't see that one coming. Maybe he should have kept a list of what's gonna be naughty. You know, chloroform. It's a pity you're not Santa Claus, I exclaimed, hovering over him. Slowly, I dragged the body down the stairs to the basement. What's the commotion about? 2 figures peeked out of the dissection room's doorframe. It was a Bennett and a coworker of his, Florence.
You got friends. Why didn't you say so earlier?
Ever since he found a new bright yellow hazmat suit and was no longer called B12, Bennett was constantly in a great mood. There were barely any signs of the moody person he used to be. Mind helping me a bit? I smiled, sweating.
Sure. What do you want to do with this? Dissecting? Researching? Eating, perhaps?
Bennett asked mischievously. No, I want to become friends. We're gonna pull a Goku. You knock the person out? You're friends.
How do you plan to do that?
Florence gave me a worried look. I looked at the ceiling, as if the answers were there. Make him sign a contract, maybe? Hey, Krampus, you want to sign a contract to be a Maho Shoujo? You got magic already, it'll work out. Perhaps I was a mischievous child after all. So I guess when they say alien, they don't necessarily mean literal aliens. Like Krampus, it's kind of an alien. in a sense, but we don't like, not extraterrestrial alien. Alien to this world. Best way of saying it. I met Ben and Huxley. I was 8. One of the days when I was home alone, they appeared out of nowhere at my doorstep. There was small rhythmic knocking at first. Knock, 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 knock. Knock, 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 knock. Repeating over and over again. I knew I shouldn't open the door. Whoever told me not to do so, no matter what. Good children don't disobey their parents. Knock, knock. Good children don't knock out Krampus either. When I was scared of the unknown, I crawled under the bed to hide beside the monster beneath it. I felt safe among them. As time passed, the knocking got louder and louder, and louder until I couldn't bear it anymore. I was adamant on staying under the bed until morning comes. Then, I heard the door opening with a click sound. Someone came in. My room had no lock, so I ran into the bathroom. However, I was too slow. A figure in a hazmat suit covered my mouth. Another hand curled around me in an iron hold. Shh, the intruder whispered.
Don't make a sound.
Another figure had a mask on, the one plague doctors from horror movies would wear. He spoke like a doctor, an understanding, polite voice.
We are sorry to interrupt you, but I'm afraid we have no place to go in this code, and the other households we turn to express quite an inadequate reaction to our humble plea for shelter. After being turned down so many times, we figured we'd force our way in. You see, we're so very tired. Do you live alone?
The person in the hazmat suit asked in a harsh tone, hissing at me. Sst. No, was my simple answer, in a voice hoarse from fear. I thought of Umbrella Man and his quiet presence in the room, and how good it would be if he appeared sooner. He was nothing like these violent strangers.
Alright. Are you good at keeping secrets, little one?
The doctor asked. The only option I had was to nod in approval.
Great. Bennett, dear, if you be so kind, do release the child. She is no threat. You're too trusting.
The other grumbled.
Am I?
The taller person let out a loud laugh, sending shivers down my spine.
You see, I am a doctor,
he continued. Figures.
However, my stay in this place is highly confidential, so I wouldn't like anyone on our tail. Please do respect that, and keep our stay here a secret. If you don't, I'll kill your parents.
Bennett said in a casual tone if it wasn't a threat. Father doesn't come home these days, I replied, saddened by the fact. Now it just feels bad. It's like, oh, I was just getting rid of your parents, but they're not even here to take care of you? That's just awful. Come here, girl.
Sorry. Just your mother then. That settles it.
The doctor beamed.
Now, little one, accompany us to the bathroom, for I am so awfully hungry I could eat a human.
The smaller man elbowed him.
Ouch, sorry. That was a joke, a bad one.
The doctor quickly backtracked. In the morning I found the two peacefully sleeping in the bathtub, having eaten all the soap and shampoo in the shelves. Okay. The other day they settled in the basement, and a week later I was doing all kinds of errands for their research. Collected bugs, bought a yearly supply of soap and the funds for that money jar, and helped carrying out the bags of an unknown content on a daily basis. Of course I made sure Mom never went to the basement at night, so where's your mom now? Umbrella Man appeared weeks later, only to pat my forehead and reassure me that he'd keep an eye on them. Memory end. Frey chuckles. Alright. I am rereading an anthology of Greek myths. Have you read the story of Hades and Persephone? They say that Hades, the god of the underworld, captured the beautiful Persephone, the goddess of springtime. I believe it was Persephone who captured Hades, and his heart and mind belonged to none other than her since the moment they met, which was quite rare for a Greek god, considering. Even though the pomegranate seeds Persephone urged her to return to the underworld for half a year. She was allowed to live on the surface for the rest of the time. Just like you come back here, only during the dream state. Was this comparison too much of a stretch? I do tend to get carried away with words. Oh my, seems like someone's fallen asleep already. Sleep well, princess.
The more successful endeavors to highly unspeakable inward changes in the physical condition, often test later.